We are learning about elk and elk populations at MPG Ranch in Florence, Montana. Like most things in an ecosystem, elk are connected to many other organisms and are affected by humans, weather, food resources, and predators. Today, you are going to be a detective. Using the MPG Matrix, you will map out a series of connections that either increase or decrease the number of elk at MPG Ranch. To begin, choose a node from the MPG Grasslands Elk Matrix. Move the slider and click Run Model. Use the Reset button to change different nodes. What happens when you increase or decrease that node? Does it change the amount of elk? A red bar shows a decrease and a blue bar shows an increase in the number or abundance. Once you find a node that changes the elk abundance, you will create a map that follows the food. For this example, I decreased the number of hunters on MPG Ranch. When I hover over this node, I can see what hunters are connected to in the right-hand connection panel. I see that they are connected to elk and deer. I can also see that the elk node increased. So when I decreased hunters, elk increased. That is shown by the blue line on the elk node. Now if I hover over the elk node, I can see that elk are connected to a lot of different things. Some positively impact elk, like the food that they eat, it gives them energy, and some negatively impact elk, like hunters and mountain lions. Some nodes, like native forbs, have both a blue and a red arrow next to them. The red arrow means that the elk negatively impacts that node. For example, an elk is going to eat the native forbs, therefore creating less native forbs. Continue your hunt through the different trophic levels until you can create your map. Your map must include a primary producer, primary consumer, and secondary consumer. Your map may contain more than one organism from each trophic level. Your map must include elk. It may consist of an abiotic or anthropogenic factor, but that is not necessary. And you must order your map to show what action comes first and what is the final result. Include arrows showing if nodes increase or decrease. And finally, include your storyline. Make inferences to tell us why you think these nodes increased or decreased and what impact elk have on the ecosystem. An inference is a conclusion reached based on evidence and reasoning. For example, we know that elk eat primary producers. They're herbivores. Therefore, we can infer that if primary producers are abundant, there will be more elk.